Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about the types of variables and level of measurements. Okay, so the first topic that I want to talk about is the difference between independent and dependent variables. So independent versus dependent variable. Okay. So what is independent variable and what's dependent variable? So I like to start with the dependent variable. So dependent variable is the variable of interest. It's something that we are interested in. If we go back to our previous example of students' GPA, then students' GPA is our dependent variable because it's something that we're interested in or we're interested in doing research in. Okay, so compared to independent variable are those variables that we can control for and they have effects on the dependent variables. So let me just say variables we can, or the researchers, right? So, but in this case, let's assume that we are doing the research, right? So we can control for. Okay, right? So if we are interested in students' GPA, and we want to see what are the factors that can affect their GPA, and those factors we're researching in are the independent variables. So let me quickly give you some examples. Say study time, right? So we control our study time and see how the changes in study time will affect our GPA, right? GPA is our dependent variable, or distance, or your apartment, your home distance from school, right? So whether you live farther will decrease, will increase your travel time and therefore decrease the time you study, then it decrease your GPA, right? So these two are the independent variables that we're interested in and how they affect our variable of interest, which is the GPA. Okay, so now you see the difference between the two. Next, I want to talk about the level of measurement. So level of measurement, right? So our variable, or the data that we are working with, they tend to be separated by different levels and depends on the nature of the data or the nature of the variable. And usually for the purpose of this course, we have four types, right? The four types are nominal, ordinal, integral, and ratio. Just say ratio. Okay, these four types of level of measurements. Let me discuss each single one to you, right? So we're going to start with number one, nominal. So nominal are the variable values that cannot be ordered, right? So it's variables cannot be ordered, right? So are the values that cannot be ordered. So what it means? So let's say color, right? So you're interested in someone's favorite color, right? So color, blue, red, yellow. Can you really rank them? The answer is no, right? Because someone like blue, someone like red, and someone like yellow, but there's no way you can rank them, right? Or order them. So for these type of variables, they're nominal. you just cannot rank them. Okay, next. Okay, so next one will be our ordinal. So ordinal variables are the values or numbers that can be ordered in a natural way, right? So will be values or names that can be ordered in a natural way. Okay, so say your shirt size, right? Shirt size, you have small, medium, and large, right? So they are not numbers, but you kind of know how to rank them, because small or large is bigger than medium, and medium is larger than small, right? So you are able to order them. And compared to nominal, so they're not numbers yet, right? It's okay for them to be numbers, but then there's something that you can order, ranked. Okay, so those are ordinal. Next, intervals. Okay, the third types are intervals. Interval variables. Okay, so for interval variables, the definition is the distance between these numbers are meaningful, right? So values such that the distance these values are numbers, so it's meaningful. Okay, it's meaningful. Say year, right? Year. So year 2020 and 2021. Does it make sense that you the distance doesn't have meaning to it, right? So from 2020 to 2021, the distance is 1, and then it means a year later, right? It makes sense. So this is an interval value. Okay, so what gives us into our next level, right? So if we look at these two, if you subtract them, it makes sense, right? It means 1 year. But what if you divide them or multiply? If you use 2020 divided by 2, you get 1010. And then it doesn't make sense. What does it mean to have 2020 divided by 2, right? So this is the key point. Subtract, add, makes sense. The distance between the two makes sense. But then multiplying, dividing does not make sense, right? That gives us to the next level is the ratio. Okay, ratio, right? That's the level 4, right? Level 4 ratio values or ratio variables are values that you can create fractions with, and those fractions make sense, right? Or has meaning to it. Okay, so let me give you an example that say, let's go back to this example, right? So with the 2020, right? 2020, if you divide by 2 equals to 10, 10, it has no meaning, right? So year is not a racial variable, right? So year, no, not racial. Okay, now let me give you an easier example. Let's say, let me give you a good example to be, say, yeah, would be number of students in a class, right? In a class. Okay, number of students in a class. So let's randomly say a class A has 40 students and class B has 20 students, right? So are these numbers racial variables? And the answer is yes, right? So if you divide it by 40 over 22, does this 2 has meaning? And the answer is yes, because as you can see, class A has twice as many students as in class B, right? So you are able to create this fraction, and this fraction has a meaning, meaning 2 times more students in class A than in class B. Okay, right? So let me quickly give you like a order or rank of these types or level of measurements again. So first, every single variable is a nominal variable, right? So it's always a nominal variable, at least, right? So always a nominal variable. So it's always a nominal variable, and then you check it whether it's ordinal, right? Okay, so if it's ordinal, then it's nominal, and then you're gonna check for whether it's integral, right? So if it's integral, then it's ordinal. Lastly, you check whether it's a racial variable. Okay, so nominal, ordinal, integral, and racial. Okay, cool. I want to give you some more example and show you how you can check them. Okay, quickly. Okay, so example, you are going to a mall and you're buying some jackets. So jacket sizes. Okay, so jacket sizes, say small, medium, large, right? Okay, so again, if it's a variable, then it has to be a nominal variable, right? You're gonna start with nominal, so nominal check. Is it ordinal variable? The answer is yes, because you can easily rank them, right? Large bigger than medium, and the medium bigger than small. Is it integral? The answer is no, because can you subtract them? No, they're not numbers, they're sizes, right? So you're gonna stop, right? So you're gonna stop here and say that it's a ordinal variable. Okay, ordinal check. Okay, perfect. Next, we're gonna go into the next example. Example 2. Is students who visited Cal State, Los Angeles library. Okay, so library. Okay, so students who visit the library. Okay, cool. So is it ordinal? Yeah. So again, it's always nominal. So is it ordinal? It's yes, right? Ordinal is yes, right? So let me put a time here, right? So per week, right? Okay, so you can easily compare, right? So it's very easy for you to compare, say, this week student and next week student, right? So is it more or less, easy. And then is it interval? And again, yes, because let me create some numbers, right? So week 1 will be 10, and then 20, and then 40, right? Okay. Is it interval? The answer is yes, right? Because if these are the numbers we collected, week 2 has 10 more students. If you subtract the 2, week 2 has 10 more students than week 1, right? So the difference has meaning. Check. Is it ratio? Yeah, it's again ratio, right? Because 20, say, divide by 10, it gives you the fraction of 2, you know? So 8 means that week 2 has 2 times or double the students in week 1. So yeah, so done this. It's a ratio variable. Okay, cool. And lastly, let me give you one more example here. Example 2. Pizza, right? Pizza flavor, right? Is it? Yeah. So pizza flavor, right? So what type of pizza that you like, right? Someone like pepperoni, someone like barbecue. You know, just different type of people like different pizzas. So are pizza types or flavors nominal? Yes, it's always nominal. Is it ordinal? You know, not really, right? Because different people like different type of pizzas, but you cannot really rank the type of pizzas, right? So in this case, you're gonna be stuck in with nominal. Okay, so it's just nominal because you cannot rank them. Okay, so it's nominal. Okay, good. So this concludes our video. I'll conclude this video, and I'll see you in next video. Thank you very much.